BigHerc916, positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know how we do it over here. I get some pretty interesting comments and emails from different viewers, and one of the viewers mentioned something about one of their associates, and I found it kind of funny, and I figured I'll share it with you guys and we could elaborate on the situation. He says, hey man, my friend is under 5'7", but he drives a Lamborghini. He has multiple houses, but he can't keep a girl. I guess he can meet these girls through whatever apps, or maybe DMs or whatever, but once they meet this person, they do not want to be intimate, and they're looking for a paycheck. Well, the reality of this whole situation is, I don't know how much shorter than 5'7" the guy is, but all these women, they have in their mind, they want a man to be close to 6 foot or taller. He checks the box with the car, and sounds like he has money, but money in the car do not make up for lack of personality or just the being you factor. A lot of people base their whole persona on the material items they have rather than working on their persona. And so when you meet these people, some of these guys, they're just straight assholes, or they're just dry, no conversation, don't have anything interesting to talk about. They're not somebody that you could really hang out with long term. They're more or less someone, if you've seen them, once every 2-3 weeks, then you could maybe spend an hour or 2 hours, but anything past that, it would be mute. You know what I mean? A mood issue. And so, yeah. I've seen women sacrifice a lot of these things for gifts. So I've seen, which looks like they call them mailbox wives, or mail order wives. I've seen them with these guys. You see these old guys, balling out of control, Ferraris, jets, and all this. And some of them women just say, hey, you know what? I'll put up with the little, the older wrinkled wing, and play my cards, and maybe even try to get a baby and lock it in. And maybe if he's a cuck, I can still get a young banger, a young Thor, a young Thundercat to come through and blow my back out. So at that level, there is more money involved. So the women will sometimes compromise. But, if the guy, if he has a Lambo and he has money, but it's not enough, then the women aren't going to be there for the long haul. And, some guys just have no game. I've seen guys, driving regular cars, Honda Accords, pickup trucks, got game, busting cheeks all day long. These guys are hammermen, but not every guy has that type of game. And these guys don't even have a bunch of money. They go out, they might go enjoy a nice dinner or whatever, but they're not spending a bunch of money. But they have great conversation, good hygiene, well-spoken, dress nice. These are all things that have to be taken into consideration. When you are out in the dating scene, some of these men, I look at them, they got dirty fingernails, their shoes is busted, their teeth, they haven't been to the dentist in I don't know how long, they don't take care of their mouth, ears are dirty. These guys probably ain't washing their hair every day like they should be on a regular, so their hair stink. You know, the clothing is outdated. These guys are still wearing Under Armour, you know, form-fitting shirts out to dinner. You know, there's a lot of things that women look at and like, man, I can't do this. And, you know, some of them, like I said, have a plan. They might be like, you know what? If I could play this dude and get a baby, I can stomach him getting on top of me. Or, you know, maybe if I can draw it out, I can get my visa, stay here longer. Or I'm trying to get away from this other crazy guy. Maybe I can use this guy to help me get away from this guy. And once the other guy, the restraining order, you know, I get that in play and I can kind of move around. Then I can use one of this guy's cars and I can go off and see the other guy I'm trying to really date. You know, there's all type of undermining different things going on. And, you know, you can, you know, act like, you know, oh, I got the, you know, the Lambo, I got the Rollie, you know, let's go do this and that. And the whole time, you know, you're a Minuteman, you know, little wee-wee, you're not really busting no cheeks, you know, you're not like you're running the Hammer of Thor. Maybe if you got that in play and you could just long stroke, maybe you can entertain her for a little while longer and she'll look past, you know, the looks, you know, the plane, the Fantasy Island. You know what I mean? Remember the little guy on Fantasy Island? The plane. She'll look past that. But if you ain't got the Hammer of Thor, and you're like, just like, she's like, oh my God, if she's just not screaming, then it's not going to last long. You got Lil Wee Wee, you're a Minuteman, you know, yeah, you got the Rollie, you know, you buy her a few handbags, she'll take all that shit, man, and take it to the pawn shop and keep it pushing, you know. So, you know, and if you were over 5'7", that would buy you some more time, because now she could, like, you know, walk and feel like, oh, I got this stud guy, you know, taller than me and look like he's, you know, pretty manly. But a lot of these dudes, they got all this shit and they're not even manly. They're weenies. You know, dudes are scared. A guy comes up and talks to the girl right in front of him. They don't say nothing. Woman's looking like, are you going to say something? He's just sitting there. Well, I thought he was just asking for directions. You know, just weenie dudes. A lot of these dudes is weenies. They talk, you know, they get all this shit. They try to grow out the beard and get a few tattoos. They still weenies. You know what I mean? Took a couple classes and learned how to kickbox. Still weenies because they have no heart. Heart you have to be born with. That's something that you have, you don't have. A lion does not learn how to have heart. A lion is born with heart. You know, a panther is born with heart. A silverback is born with heart. You know, you can't teach, you know, a meerkat how to have heart. You know, a meerkat sees danger, he ducks in the hole. That's what these guys do. They duck in the hole and get in their Lamborghini, burn off. And I'm not saying every guy with a Lamborghini is a weakling, but I'm saying a lot of people hide behind material shit and they ain't cut like that, man. And you ain't got to go around being the toughest guy, punking people, trying to be a bully. But as far as with your girl, if that's your girl, act like it. Speak up. Represent. You know, you don't have to say everything for her, but at the same time, you have to show through your action, your vibe has to say that, hey man, that's my girl, man, show some respect. And a lot of these guys ain't cut like that. So that's why the guy, you know, under 5'7", with the Lambo and a couple houses and a nice watch cannot hold down a steady female, because he doesn't know how to. He knows how to make money, but when it comes to happiness and relationships, he don't know the first thing about that. He had a couple girlfriends in high school, and then some girls, you know, shitted on him back in the day. He's like, I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna make money. These women are gonna be begging me to be their man. Man, shit. You got probably, out of 1,000 dudes, you have 20 banging 10 chicks, 15, 20 chicks, because they're the hogs. They're the silverbacks on that particular app or in that particular area. They're banging all the chicks. Everybody else they're getting leftovers. So even if there is a lot of women, they're going for the same dude, the dude over 6 foot, the dude who's swinging, he's the hammer man, he's got confidence, he walks up in there, shit, he ain't tripping. This dude, he's a straight stud. And he's banging 10 different chicks. And he's not trying to settle down because he has his options. His confidence is strong. He drives a pickup truck. He might have an F-150. He might have a Raptor. Who knows what he has, man? But he is laying down the hammer. And when he speaks with confidence. Women see how other guys act around him. They recognize that he's a lion. And he's getting a lot of tail. But the other guy, he wants to show off his material. He's always talking about, oh yeah, I closed this deal, did this and did that. Man, look, dude, just live. You ain't gotta talk about all the shit you doing. Money you make. I mean, it shows through your actions. And if you carry yourself in the right manner, people will recognize, oh, okay, that dude, they just look, oh, that dude's got a nice watch on. You ain't even got to talk about your watch. Your hands is clean, your fingernails is cut, nose hair is trimmed, ear hairs is trimmed. Some of you guys got afros in your ears. You say you make all this money, you ain't got your teeth done. You got a stain on your shirt. I mean, you're not using good soap. You smell stale. You don't, put some fancy cologne over whatever funk you're trying to hide. Man, look, there's a package to it, man. Women ain't stupid. And then on top of it, like, you're chasing the wrong women. You want these girls who are trophy girls. A lot of these dudes, they want to be seen with some girl they can take pictures with on social media. And she ain't about shit. She trying to take pictures with any and everybody to make it seem like she's about something, but she ain't about shit. She's a bust her cheeks one night stand type girl. Not someone you're going to spend time with over a duration. And like, maybe that's what you want. Maybe the guy, he's looking for that girl, he can just bust her cheeks and keep it pushing. That's cool too. But the problem with that is a lot of times they get caught up in the emotions, and now they want to try to wife that girl, and she's not wifey material. She might have tickled your little boom boom, but she do that with all the dudes because that's what she do. She a cold freak. She tickle the boom boom. But she ain't wifey material. The wifey material, you'll catch her out maybe, once a week out shopping, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, not dressed up, not like looking like overly, just kind of like casual. She got some curves underneath the clothing, but it's not very revealing. Very, she's kind of moving and grooving, and that's the one. And then, she'd rather cook dinner. She would rather, spend time at the park, hang out, conversation, maybe she's spiritual, religious. But the other one, check her social media. If it's wild out, she's always crying about previous relationships, complaining, she's cray cray. She's, that's one of the reasons she's hot and she ain't got a bunch of, she's not already wife, she's cray cray. But the dude, a lot of times these guys are going for the cray cray. They're going for the IG bust cheeks one night girl, and those girls got all type of other guys in their DMs. And so being under 5'7" with the Lambo, it doesn't really matter. He'd be better off trying to find him, like I said, a value female. And I knew a cat. He had a Lambo or a Ferrari, but he used to pick girls up in his Volvo just to see how they would act. And then he would later bust out the other car. She's like, "Where'd you get that?" I've been had that. He was balling, but he wouldn't floss it. He was over 5'7" though. Decent looking dude, good hygiene, in shape, had good conversation. Conversation is one of the biggest things. A lot of these guys are just, they're game goofy. No conversation. Don't know nothing to talk about. Don't know nothing to talk about unless they're talking about their work. You got to talk about something else besides your employment. You got to be able to talk about something that's of, it doesn't have to be all political, but it has to be something of interest. You want to make her laugh, maybe talk about a comedy show, a good movie. You got to be interesting, a man of the hour. Because you're not going to be driving your car. You're not bringing a car into the bedroom. So I hope that, expounds a little bit on the being under 5'7", driving a Lambo, house, watch, or whatever, and why he's not, finding a good woman or getting laid, consistently. Got to change his game up, man. Big Herc, dating advice, hygiene advice. Stay tuned for more. I didn't start off as a bad kid. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight-A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey, against all odds.
Are you tired of smelling funky? Have you washed your ass? Go to BigHerc916.com and get your nutsack run.
Don't forget to stop by the BigHerc916 store and pick up a sticker for your car, or a patch, or a sticker for your laptop, or maybe a beanie, or read one of the many books that Big Herc 916 has authored. You know how we do it.